guess I'll just start with a couple of things. So obviously we've used TidyHQ this year. It's been brilliant. Obviously we're the Northern Bullants, so VFL aligned club, non-aligned club, so standalone now. Obviously we used to be Carlton.
Yeah.
And we got introduced to you by David Friend at Frankston.
Yep.
So obviously it's worked really well, but now we're just starting to get to that point. We're doing the 2022 season and trying to work out how we best do that and capitalize on, obviously, the easiest way to set it up, I guess, is probably my question. And then there's a couple other little things that we'd like to try, but I just don't know how to do.
Mm-hmm.
So for the 2022 season, is it as simple as just literally changing the name of everything that's in that, already set up as our memberships, just changing it to 2022, posting it back live again, saying here, sign up? If we do that, then how does that alter the database? So obviously the database has been feeding into our MailChimp, which we send on a regular basis. Does that then we have to set up new tags and all that sort of stuff for the 2022 season versus 2021? What's the sort of best way to go about doing that?
Yeah, so from the top, best thing to do is just to rename your memberships. So from 2021 to 2022, update your descriptions, just go through the edit membership screen and just review it all and update it to suit this next season.
Okay.
It's good because if Scott had a membership last year and wants to renew for next year, it's much easier for him just to hit renew. And he's just on the cycle then of that same membership level, going through it all.
So then how does that, so like if we're targeting our database, so our current database, saying we've got 650 odd members, saying here, do you want to sign up again? How do we do that, I guess? Like, is it literally just sending an email out to them saying here, renew? And is there a different version of a renew than what it is to be a new member?
Yeah, so a couple of things. If I don't know when your memberships start and end, but if you've got membership notifications switched on, the system will automatically potentially be sending out those emails for you anyway. So that's worth checking.
Don't think we actually did that because I think at the time when we were talking to Stuart, he was sort of saying that sometimes the auto renew side of things isn't as seamless as possible, as seamless as it should be and stuff like that. So I think we turned all that sort of stuff off.
Okay. That's why I sort of call it out as a possibility that's on or not. Whether you guys have kept it on or not, it's up to you guys. But that's the first note. If they haven't, you can do two things. So first of all, I would be sending them a link to their membership profile, which we can find after this. But it's just a matter of going in through your Northern Bullants member profile and copying that link and sending that to everyone. In that member profile, if Isaac logs in, so that's the real caveat, he needs to log in order to see his existing memberships. And then from there, he will be able to see at the very top, renew membership and renew that membership for the next season. Otherwise, there's a button in there as well where they can say new membership and write and create a new membership.
So if we send this out and say memberships on sale, as of now, do we get if they've obviously been to the site, they're probably going to be prompted already. They've gone, well, I've already signed in. So there's a chance that they're going to put their email address in. It's going to be registered. It's going to be remembered. So then once they are in, it's actually fairly straightforward for them on their end. So I'm not sure how they physically see it. Is as easy as that?
Yeah, correct. That's ideally why we have the renewal notification set up, because the system automatically does all that for you.
So I'm just looking, actually, I'm just logged in now and had a quick look, and it feels like it says send a renewal reminder 45 days before membership expires.
Yep.
So the start date was the 1st of the 1st, 2021, because obviously we started our membership campaign quite late, and the length is 1 year. So I'm assuming they're not going to get reminders until 45 days before the 1st of, which is probably getting close to about now anyway, isn't it?
Yep.
It is actually, it's only probably 16 days away.
Yeah. So you could just have a look at that renewal notification that goes through that. You just hit the edit next to it, and make sure that that's filled out and there's a link there. The system will automatically put in a link in it.
Yep.
But,
renew your membership now. Yep.
Yep. So then each of those renewal links are unique to that person. That's why the system should do it, as opposed to you doing it. You doing it is just a clunkier sort of workaround to the same place.
Okay.
Whereas the system will send out a link unique to that member and unique to that membership renewal.
So if I edit all the current memberships, so like I'm in the current membership level for adult, if I go through and then edit this to say, send a renewal letter in 45 days, if I change that to say 55 days, which is going to bring us, a week later or 10 days closer to getting it out, is that going to affect the ones for the 2021 season, or will it only affect the ones for the 2022 season?
What do you mean by that?
So like because we're literally just updating the information for the adult membership. So I've got logged into adult membership. Scroll down, I can see the option there to send a renewal letter in 45 days. If I change that now, does that change everybody who signed up in the past? Does that 45 days change information they get? Do you know what I mean? Like, or is it only for new people signing up?
It's only for new people. So, so I'd make sure first of all that 55 days isn't before today, because you'll miss a lot of people.
Yep.
So make sure that it's still sort of in the future at some point.
Yep.
And then it'll just send out to everyone that's on that membership.
Okay. And if we're not running a particular membership, so we ran one that was called Ant Spirit, which was a bit more expensive, but I don't think we're going to run it this year because we've got the Australian Foundation set up. So if we think we might run it through that because it's more of a donation side of things.
Right.
So I think we're going to run it through that. So I'm going to send these memberships, but then I don't want them to be able to sign up to that membership again.
Yep. So for that membership, if you edit that membership, I would make that viewable to administrators only, perhaps.
Yep.
And so that way Joe Public can't
see it.
Can't register for it.
Okay. All right. Okay, that's cool. And yeah, so okay, that sort of makes a bit more sense now about just how I just update the database. So when I change the tags down the bottom, add to a group member. So I change that to 2022 adult member. So that will become the 2022 adult member group.
Yeah.
So when I update that, okay. And then when people renew, they automatically get tagged as the 2022 member. So that it sort of does update their tags. They'll have a 2021 and 2022.
Yep, that's right.
Okay. All right. Okay, cool. All right, that seems to be sort of making a bit more sense now. There was a couple of these things I just wasn't 100% sure on, so that's why I thought if I have a chat to you guys about it. A couple other things that I'd love to know if it can be done, and I had talked to Stuart about it in the early days. We offer player sponsors.
Mm-hmm.
We did sort of set it up as an online cart type sort of idea, but the physical manual enter of changing it from that, then adding manual details into as an adult member versus just doing it as an online cart and a sale and a $300 donation. Is there a way that it can be done? Because obviously we're doing a player sponsorship, so we've got 42 players that we want to sell sponsorship for.
Yeah.
But if it's as a membership, they don't get the choice to.
Yeah. So a sponsorship, so a membership in our mind is like a thing that happens every year. So that's why there's renewals and notifications, what have you. Player sponsorship, I know, like at my club, it was like a one-off thing. Like it's every year you sort of stump up again. You don't automatically roll over to another year.
Yeah.
So in that respect, a shop item's probably good. And then you just add each player as a variation within that shop product with a quantity of one. So effectively, you can only check out with one Isaac, and once Isaac's gone, he's gone, which is, I presume, the problem that you're trying to solve.
Yeah, well, which is the way I have done it. So we did do it this year, but it was obviously very clunky because obviously it was going through as a cart item, which was good. But then the manual process of then adding their details in as as a member, because they actually do become a member.
Okay.
That step away,
Cool.
you know, as a player sponsor, they still get membership rights. They get a membership card. They get a membership pack.
Right.
All that sort of stuff.
Is that a separate type of membership to the adult?
Yes, yeah.
It is.
Because they get, obviously there's a few extra things, like it's not just the player sponsorship, they get, you know, like a photo with the player, or if it's a few different things that are purely just for that. But I'm just trying to work out, is there an easier way or a better way to do it?
Yeah, so the other way, just thinking on my toes, another way that you could do it is to set up another membership level for player sponsors. And one of the you'd set up a custom field with a drop-down selection of all the players. So as I go through, I pick a player sponsorship, it's $300. I put in my details, and one of the options there is player I'm sponsoring.
Yep.
And from the player I'm sponsoring is a drop-down list of all the players, and I pick Scott and go through and check out that way. And then when the membership comes through, I can see that Isaac picks Scott Inglis, and from there, you know,
I could go in and remove that later. Is that like,
correct.
Obviously we don't want to resell the same person multiple times. So once it did come through as a membership, we would be able to then go and remove that person as a drop down.
Yeah, you'd have to do that. It's a bit of
it's still clunky, but
bugger. But I'd say it's probably less painful than trying to transfer them into a membership.
Yeah.
Like less.
That's what I was sort of trying to get my head around, because the cart sort of worked, but it didn't really work, and it didn't feel as it definitely felt more removed. And I think we even had a couple sitting there because obviously I didn't see a notification come through or something didn't happen. So I sort of feel like I lost a little bit on that sense.
Yeah, well, I just do it like this. So create a custom field. So this is under organization settings, custom fields, a new custom field. And I'd say player sponsorship. Which player will you be sponsoring this upcoming season? I'm writing this generically so it can roll over from year to year. And then from the drop down, so this is the tedious bit.
Yep. This is sort of which I had to do anyway for the store cart anyway.
Yeah. Etc.
Yeah.
You'd make that to visible to the public.
Yep.
So they can edit it.
Yep.
And I'd hit save there. Then I'd go into my membership levels, and I'd pick up a membership. Let's go this one. This is footy-esque. And then from the drop downs, what was it? Too many people. Player sponsorship. Could be an optional field or it could be a required field, depending on what you want to do. But I'd make it a required field. And then go through all this. And, it's 2022 player sponsors, for example. Oops.
That create a group for them.
Yeah. Okay. And visible to the general public. Cool. And save that.
Oh, the digital card.
Yep.
Is that now up and going?
It is. It's in a sort of, we only release it to those that really want it. But yeah.
Can you talk me through that when we finish doing this? Can you talk me through how that digital card works? So I do like the idea of it.
Yeah, sure. I'll show you in a sec. So yeah, that's the 300 club membership. So now when I go through that 300 club membership, one of the questions will be, so if I just go to my profile, on the public side, I'll go into my profile. Memberships. So this is this 300 club membership. So here I could renew my membership and go through. Oops, go through it all. I should ask for it all. So I could go through Junior Club, register. It's for me. In place sponsorship. It's for David. Go through, agree. I don't have $300, but let's just pretend. And so that's how I do it. Okay. Afterwards, what I'd also do is perhaps in the membership level, so I'd notify you on this.
Yep.
So for each new membership that you get. And so once you get that notification, it'll say who they've sponsored in that email.
Yeah, sure.
And then I'd come back into the custom fields.
Remove that person from it.
Yeah, correct. Exactly.
Okay. To be honest, I think that feels like that could be better workaround. I guess the renewal part of it becomes an issue, I guess, but yeah, that's fine. Because we can actually just turn off the auto renew part and not make that an option to get it to receive a notification that they're going to auto renew, are they? Like we can just turn off that notification part.
Yeah, correct.
Yeah,
correct.
Yeah. Okay. All
right. Okay. And then when it came to, let's go back here. So the digital membership card's pretty straightforward. It just means that you get these buttons on your membership. It also comes in the email that we send you. So once you purchase a membership, it'll say, hey, do you want to add this to your Apple Wallet or Google phone? And then on your screen, let me just try this for a second.
With that, does the data, so the back end, does that get notified if it's been added to a wallet?
No, we don't have that information. We're generating the membership digital cards for everybody.
Yep.
As soon as you do it, or as soon as the customer does it.
Yep. And that's obviously a pre-designed thing that we supply you a design to upload, or we upload a design to how it looks. Is that right?
Yeah, so it's all under memberships. I'll just show you quickly.
So I know I'm jumping around here.
Oops.
I do like the idea of this because I think membership cards are a pain in the ass.
Yeah, they're a massive pain in the butt.
And considering we
and expensive.
It's expensive. It's time consuming to get them all sent. It's all.
Yeah, so I'll just show you this real quick. Oops. Can you see this? Oh, yeah. So this is what this membership card looks like.
Okay.
So you can update the logo and things like that. You can also change the colors and bits and pieces as well. And you get a QR code in here, but it just says basic things like, and this is all dynamically updated. So if you change Jodo's membership level or things like that, it would dynamically update here as well. Or if you cancel their membership, it would dynamically update here as well.
So you don't get full customized over it, like, you know, say you're looking at the, I'm just trying to think of my wallet at the moment, what it looks like. Like, you know, say like the certificate for your vaccination stuff. Yeah, it's colors and stuff like that. You can actually change. Okay.
Yeah, so you can change the card background color If you want, you can change the font color. If you want, Apple makes it very strict. They've got strict design guidelines. So to make it not look completely horrific. And then you can obviously update your logo in here as well. So that's your club's logo in here. Then under each of your membership levels, so that 300 club one, under here, you can also add additional fields that they might have on the back here. So it might be that player sponsorship is in there, etc. So there's a limited amount of customization that you can drop in there, but
not like say like the credit card where you can actually put a full design of, say, my Bendigo Bank credit card that I've got as an Apple Pay sort of thing. It doesn't allow you to do like a full one-off design sort of thing.
No, it's along the same lines as that. So for example, if I just go back in, so we're using the exact same guidelines as your bank cards and things like that. We're not a bank card in there. We're a digital membership card, which has different designs, different requirements.
Okay.
So you can change your background, as I said. So maybe we'll go a blue, maybe. Apple Wallet font color. I don't know. Yellow, maybe. Apple Wallet logo. NRL. Is NRL going to do something for me? I don't have the NRL logo. Just trying to find a logo. Of course, I don't have one ready.
Has anybody been using this membership card thing yet?
Yeah, so we have, here, I'll just save this and see what it pops up at. It won't be instant. So Oz Cycling, which is mountain biking, road cycling, BMX users. So they've got 60, 70,000 digital membership cards in circulation with us. And there's a few other sort of smaller national bodies that have them switched on, like 12,000, 7,000 members at a time. We've only generally released this to larger organizations that have the pro plans, just because it costs us money to use Apple and Google. But
to add this on, this would be an extra cost to do this.
Generally speaking.
What sort of price points are we looking at? I know we've only got 1,000 odd. Yeah, we're hoping for 1,000 plus members.
Yeah, so you and I should have a conversation perhaps after this meeting and talk through that.
Yeah. Okay.
Sure. But it gets used quite broadly all over the place by all sorts of groups.
Yeah.
With it. Just going to switch that back.
Yeah. Okay. All right.
But especially when compared to physical cards are generally about $1 each. Broadly speaking, and they don't dynamically update either, so they're a pain in the backside when it comes to renewals and all that sort of stuff. Plus, it's a physical thing that I don't even carry a wallet with me most of the time these days, so they're a bit more convenient with the younger generation, shall I say?
Yeah, absolutely.
I can put myself in that category, and especially now because of COVID, everyone's used to QR codes and digital check-ins and all the rest of it. So
we're always using it now.
It's become quite normal.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Now, I'd like to understand where it sits at cost side. I'll present it back to the board if we think it's if it's worth it. There still be. I think we'd have to do both anyway, but it'd probably be more of a weaning period, to offer both. But then
we've seen that with this couple of other clubs. I'm trying to think if Frankston did it with the VFL, but a few of them did it with weaning off, like you said, where a few of the old boys and girls that didn't want to change and really needed that physical card because they didn't own smartphones or what have you. Well, then they still produced 50 physical cards and the other 650 were digital.
Yeah, that's what I was just trying to understand how that physically works on our side of things, because we'd be very similar to a Frankston, where you've got your old school members who want cards like this. I don't know how many emails I fielded to say I haven't received my card yet, and you know, like they're just like, turn up to the gate, you'll be fine, you'll get in. But no, I just want my card. You know, that's all they want. Yeah,
they want the piece of plastic to show.
That's it. It's just there. Yeah, exactly. It's odd. But okay, no, that's cool. All right. Well, I think you sort of helped with a couple of those bits and pieces, so I reckon that's cool. We're hoping to start launching in the next week or two. So yeah, makes sense.
Beauty.
Cool. All right. I think that's all my questions. I think.
Excellent. Well, I'll pause things here.